Neve, what do you make of Rook?
New to the game in some ways, but seems to know what he's doing.
Or good at pretending he knows what he's doing.
Are you testing whether I'm hard of hearing?
Don't mind us, just seeing if the boss is a good listener.
I am now.
I saw Bellara poking at something in the Alluvian room. Should we be worried?
I want to say no.
Huh, good.
I said I want to. Can I? That's a different story. You know, I've seen Bellara poking at a lot of things. Doors, floors, keyholes, mirrors. Asan.
What now?
She said she wanted to make sure he was real.
What else would he be?
A clever mechanical contraption. She wasn't convinced his wings weren't just complicated gears.
Well, I've seen the poop that comes out of him. Nothing clever about that. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing. We've got literal gods walking around trying to end the world.
Does it bother you they're elven gods?
It won't help our reputation, that's for sure. But me, I never gave our gods much thought. They were just a myth.
Not anymore. You've spent time in the Anderfels. The place has quite the atmosphere.
I'd say the unblighted regions are less haunted. But if you're telling scary stories around the fire, there's a reason you set them in the Anderfels.
Because half of them are true.
And you can't be sure which ones.
Davrin, the spooky stories from the Anderfels, do they always start with, I heard it from a friend of a friend's cousin?
Pretty much. You've got to make them sound possible.
Fair enough. I've had similar sources. Evka and Antoine, they seem like the types to enjoy a spooky story or two.
They are. If you can get Evka to tell one, you'd almost think it's real.
So when they say Antoine was bitten by a werewolf?
Oh no, that really happened. They broke the curse before he turned, though. That's the key with werewolves.
I see.
It's been a while since I was into Vinter, but I remember you. I was chasing a rageling, and you were after
The Voldormer job?
Is that what you call it? I call it a mess.
Then joining this team, it'll be just like old times. So the wardens uncover a journal, it leads to a clutch of griffin eggs, and the damn things hatch.
Is there a question in there?
Usually there would be. Guess I'm still stunned.
Come on, you must have seen Stranger.
Sure, but I wish I'd seen that.
I heard you almost had a demon outbreak in Minrathous.
Almost.
Way I hear it, the city sleeps better for you in it.
Maybe, but the Venatori don't sleep.
Maybe I should give it a go hunting them instead.
No shortage of work there. I heard you and Lucanis arguing.
Had a difference of opinion.
Is that all? Sounded like you were ready to kill each other.
If spite starts trouble, it might come to that.
A bit early to jump there.
We're talking about a demon. Neve, on that Voldormer job, what exactly was the mime doing?
You ran into him.
Yeah.
What mimes do, annoy people. Though, he had some real talent.
But why were you staking him out?
Because the dwarf, Furious Butch, he was going to make contact.
Furious Butch?
Meanest pie maker I ever met.
I'm still trying to work out the Voldormer job.
Which part? Not short on options.
You said the dwarf, Furious Butch, was a pie maker?
His elderberry, now there's a treat. But it was also a front.
The pie shop?
The product. He smuggled lyrium through the rhubarb pie.
Makes sense. Nobody likes rhubarb. Who'd find out?
And that's where the mime comes into play.
As they always do.
What I still can't work out, Davrin, on the Voldormer job, that rageling you were hunting.
Teeth like razors. Temper to match.
What was it doing in the middle of a crowded market?
I asked sulky Willie the same question.
Sulky Willie?
Guy who hired me. Sad old dwarf. Said the rageling was a curse sent to kill him.
Huh. Rumor, red herring, both. Where's the truth start and the rest begin? Now that's the question. Davrin, about Sulky Willie, the guy who hired you in Voldormer. He thought a rageling was sent to kill him. What did he say when you stopped the monster?
Nothing. When I went to meet him, there was just a box. A poetry book inside, with the third page missing, and a slice of pie.
The poetry, was it Odes to Seven Antivans?
That's the one.
The 3rd page was pushed under my door. That's how the whole job started. You ever been back to Voldorma?
No. You?
Once or twice. Wasn't the same.
Seems we both spend our days hunting things most people don't want to know about.
Nights, too.
Nights are even worse.
But it's easier to hide.
For them or us.
A stakeout's easier in the dark.
So's getting jumped by an ogre.
Davrin, look. I get why you're worried about Lucanus. But you're the one who kills archdemons, and he takes out the gods. We need both sides of the coin to have a shot at this.
Problem is, you left out Spite. He could take us all out. So the Minratha's palace, it doesn't just fly. It can fire on the city, too.
It doesn't fly. It floats. And yes, it can.
But that's their own people under there. Doesn't that bother anyone?
Can't say it's fun. At least they don't use it for kicks.
Harding said they fired broadly into the streets, hoping to hit a demon.
According to the official story, they succeeded, and everyone moves on. Was Asan guarding my door earlier?
I think he was after one of your wisps. He's curious about them.
That will just attract more.
So, Neve. Out late with Rook, I hear.
Oh, yeah. Just skipping stones.
That all?
Why, you hear something different?
Don't need to. Rook had a bounce in his step. Wasn't just from tossing rocks.
Well, you know Rook. Probably sprained an ankle.
Right.
I heard that.
Davrin, Asan likes truffles.
Yeah, I'm just happy he's eating. Something other than the treats you give him.
So the bird squawked.
Repeatedly. Give me more. Does it ever get to you? Dealing with the worst of the world?
Sure, but someone has to, and for some reason I decided it was me. You?
Monster hunting's like training. The heavier the weight today, the more you can lift tomorrow.
And how much does an archdemon weigh?
Don't know, but I'm working my way up to it.
Well, you killed an archdemon.
Explains why I need a nap.
Davrin, if a person is blighted and doesn't go through whatever wardens go through, how long?
Depends on the person. With the changes to the blight, the answer's even more uncertain.
Right. Well, another thing we can't predict. What about it, Davrin? Is fighting monsters about the hunt or the victory?
The hunt. The thrill of the chase gets me out of bed.
So not the actual catch?
That part's fleeting. But tracking it down, that can go on for weeks, sometimes months.
You've got a funny idea of fun.
I'm enjoying it.
Let's say we beat the archdemon, the gods, all of them. Where do you go next?
The easy answer is I move to the next job. Keep looking after Docktown.
And the truth?
I don't know what comes next on a good day. And we're fighting gods. All right, say we take down Elganon's archdemon.
Hold on. You're talking about winning? Aren't you more glass half empty?
It's hypothetical. But say we win. Last archdemon, isn't it? And a monster that big. Where do you go after that?
Rook and I have business to attend to.
Good answer.
Davrin, if you're just in it for the thrill of the hunt, how do you get by?
Easy. You want to hire me, then it's coin up front, paid in full.
People agree to that?
When a clawmonger is eating all your goats and eyeing your children, you don't haggle over price.
Well, nice gig you've got there. Your monster hunting manual. It's seen some progress.
Between the beasts already out there, the gods' twist on things, and what's happening in Arlethan, I'm not short on material.
Or carving supplies. You sure you've got space for all the new figures?
I might need to build a few more shelves before I'm done. You think the lighthouse will remain stable?
Emmerich and Bellara seem to think so.
I guess that's comforting.
Just don't ask about their alternate theories.
Oh?
The odds of getting pulled into an endless dream maze are low, but they aren't zero.
Waiting for another shoe to drop?
Always.
You've got a knack for fighting demons.
Pit yourself against blood mages, and you'll get more practice at it than you asked for.
I'll keep that in mind. I was talking to some shadow dragons. They were curious about fighting monsters. Training in the city must focus on demons and blood magic. Less call for monstrosities.
For the most part, but the know-how can't hurt. One time some creature crawled out of a sewer and wiped out a garden in the fancy part of town. And I swear there's something in the water at the docks sometimes.
You ever get stiff by a client, Neve?
Happens. One time the client was a stiff.
What?
She hired me through a letter. Turns out she was killed right after she mailed it.
Damn. Hard to collect from a corpse.
Oh, I collected. Her killer stole all her money, so I tracked them down and took it back.
How are we not in business together? I keep thinking, Neve, when this is all over, you and I set up shop.
Are we going to sell flowers?
Minrathous, monsters, and murders. If it's claws and fangs stirring up trouble, we've got it covered. You handle the murders, missing people, and magical mayhem.
In Minrathous there's going to be a lot of overlap. Maybe Emmerich could join our detective monster agency.
There's an idea. He could handle the Fade and Undead.
Lich for hire. Now there's an angle. Only shop in town that could question murder victims.
And Manfred, he could serve food while clients wait in the lobby.
Will Asan be part of Minrathous Monsters and Murders?
He comes with the deluxe package. We can charge extra for griffin tracking.
What if customers just want to pet him?
They'll have to work that out with him.
Feed him a truffle? He lets you pat him on the head.
If it's gingerwort, he'll let you scratch his butt.
So, Davrin, are you and Lucanus still planning to kill each other?
I think we put that on hold for now.
Weishaupt changed things.
Yeah, we both have bigger problems. So the gods gave the Venatori control over darkspawn, and the cult just bought it?
Trust me, they're that arrogant. But it's low, even for them, and my expectations were already rock bottom.
Do they really think they'll have pet darkspawn forever? Better set them in the deep roads.
The Gloom Howler. You have something to follow.
The more I learn, the closer I get.
There's some confidence.
You chase your share of targets.
I never know how it will end, not for sure.
The Griffins are at stake. This ends when we save them. More troubles in Minrathous, huh?
This particular trouble has a name. Aelia.
Sounds more pleasant than the Gloom Howler.
Until you meet her.
We could swap. The Gloom Howler for her.
Now there's a deal. Throw in Asan and you might have a deal.
You'll never get a good night's rest again. Sounds like Ailey is in league with Elgarnon.
Could be. Picked up some of his tricks, at least.
It's like tracking a ghoul back to the nest and finding an archdemon. Your day just got a lot harder.
And then tracking the archdemon to a god.
Wherever Asan takes us, let him lead for a while.
So the Gloom Howler turns out to be an inside job?
Hard to believe. She was a warden, and she blighted all the Griffins.
For the greater good, I'm sure.
Except no one bothered to ask the Griffins.
You would have let Asan walk.
If that's what he wanted, didn't seem right to make the decision for him.
Not sorry he stayed, though.
I would have been miserable if he left. You must be happy about it, too. Who would you spoil without Asan around?
Spoil? That bird's spreading rumors about me again.
Docktown's safe at last.
For another day, at least. A week, if we're lucky.
There's the old Neve, expecting trouble.
I'm never disappointed.
And never unemployed.
But stopping Aelia. We did good.
Savor it. A hunt that ends well is rare enough. Neve, one of the wardens at Weishaupt, Ariana, she was from Minrathous. Still wrote to her family. Not every warden does. Anyway, Antoine and Evka want to send word, but if Ariana had anything written down...
Get me a name and what they know. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.